I'm Karim, and welcome to the Montreal Baroque Kitchen. You might be asking yourselves, well, what does cooking and music have to do with one another? They are actually incredibly connected. As with all things à la mode and in fashion in the 17th and 18th centuries, cooking and music, as well as fashion and architecture, all go together. Food wasn't just about sustenance, but it was a means to declare one's political status, one's social affiliations, how much money you had, what you could get off of your land, and above all else, you could use food to climb society's greasy pole. Today, we'll be making Robert May's Biscuits du Roi, or, as they eventually became to be known, Queen Drop Biscuits. It's a really simple recipe originating from the 17th century from Robert May's Accomplist Cook, the book that he published in 1660 towards the end of his life, whereby he begins the treatise by apologizing to all his fellow cooks for giving away their secrets. He lists 3 basic ingredients, that is, eggs, flour, and sugar. It's important to note that flour and sugar weren't as refined as they are by today's standards, and also were not bleached, resulting in a much stodgier, heartier dish. In this book, just like a musical treatise, there are basic ingredients with very few instructions. The reason for this is because all aesthetical treatises and how-to manuals of this period relied on the intelligence of the reader and the practitioner to be able to put everything together, and always using good taste. To make the cookies, take all your ingredients, remember in equal proportions, and put them into a bowl. And cream them together. In the subsequent recipes where we can track the evolution of the dish, we've got Hannah Glass's 1774 Art of Cookery, in which she lists an optional caraway or aniseed addition, and then in a 19th century by Mrs. Crocombe, where she lists not only either aniseed or caraway, but also butter, currants, lemon zest, and almond extract. You might be asking, why finally the addition of the butter? Well, that's quite simple. To improve the stability of the recipe and also to keep it from burning inside the now much hotter and differently convecting 19th century oven. At this point as well, you can add your extras. In this case, I'm going to put in currants, a bit of bitter almond extract, a little more for luck, and some lemon zest. It really opens the dish up. But not the pith. Lastly, add your flour in bit by bit, as Hannah Glass and Robert May say, but they don't say exactly how much, so eyeball it. Once all ingredients are incorporated, you'll have something that looks like this. Once your batter is ready and ready to go in the oven, all you have to do is take a spoon, and because it's Robert May and because he was a royalist, make sure it's a trefid spoon, not a scandalous roundhead spoon. Remember, food is political affiliation, and so's cutlery. Ovens in the 17th century often weren't even on site in a person's home. You would have to send all your baked goods away to the bakery and then hope that the bake boy would return with your actual pies, cakes, and things. Once they're in the oven, make sure to watch them like a hawk. Hannah Glass and Avis Crocombe both say to not let the cookies discolor at all. In fact, Hannah Glass says that if you have to, cook them partially, take them out of the oven, let them cool, and then pop them back in once the heat in the oven has dissipated. Here are some I've made earlier. Just like Baroque music, Baroque cooking exists with variations. Robert May gives no less than 7 ways to make these biscuits, Hannah Glass 5, and Avis Crocombe 3. So have fun with it. Add whatever you like. As long as the basic recipe stays the same, the cookies will taste fantastic. Cheers.